vineyard. Next to King Ahab's palace was a beautiful vineyard. King Ahab wanted to buy the vineyard, but its owner, Naboth, refused to sell it. King Ahab was angry, but his cunning wife wrote a letter to the officials to charge Naboth of speaking against God. Poor Naboth was put to death for crimes he had never committed. Ahab was happy and quickly went to the vineyard. But he saw Elijah standing there. Elijah said angrily, "You have committed the most evil sin. You have killed an innocent man for your personal gains. You will be punished for this." Ahab felt bad. He immediately took off his royal robes and wore sackcloth. He refused to eat and fell into deep despair. When God saw that Ahab was sorry, he decided to be merciful. He decided that Ahab would not suffer, but his descendants would. The woman from Shunem. Elijah chose Elisha as a successor. Elisha used to visit Shunem often. There, he used to stay at a rich lady's house. She had specially built a room for him on the terrace. Elisha was thankful for all that the woman had done for him. He wanted to repay her kindness. So, he asked his servant what he could do. "Well, I am sure that she would like a son," said the servant. And so the next day, Elisha said to the woman, "Next year, by this time, you will have a son in your arms." And so she did. But one day, her son became very ill and died. The woman came to Elisha, who was in Shunem then. Elisha prayed silently. He then breathed air into the boy's mouth. Suddenly, the little boy sneezed. He was alive. The woman thanked Elisha profusely. Elisha and Naaman. Israel fought wars with many countries. Among them was Syria. The Syrian army was led by a general named Naaman. The general suffered from a terrible skin disease. Many doctors examined him, but none could cure it. Naaman's wife had an Israelite servant. The servant told Naaman's wife that there was a priest named Elisha in Israel who could cure Naaman. The general's wife told her husband about Elisha. And so General Naaman came to Elisha. There he was told to bathe in River Jordan 7 times. The general exclaimed, "Bathe in the river 7 times. I could have done that in Syria." But a servant said, "The prophet could have given you a more difficult task, but he did not. So do this task quickly." So Naaman bathed 7 times, and his disease got cured. He thanked Elisha. Jerusalem is saved. When King Hezekiah was ruling over Judah, the Assyrians made several attacks on Judah. Their aim was to conquer Jerusalem. King Hezekiah did all he could to protect the city. He got strong walls built, weapons were made, and he did many other things. Then he went to Prophet Isaiah to seek his advice. Isaiah assured him that the city would not fall to the Assyrians, as this was God's promise. But the king of Assyria sent a letter to King Hezekiah, which read, "No God can help you. Do you think you can escape from us?" King Hezekiah got scared. He took the letter and went to the temple. He prayed to God and asked for help. As he finished praying, Isaiah told him, "Your prayers have been heard. Do not worry. God has promised to protect Jerusalem and its people." The same night, thousands of Assyrian soldiers died mysteriously. The rest fled back and never came back.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.